Hey, yo, man, it's Conway the Machine. Check me out on the Bootleg Kev podcast, man. You heard? Griselda, you bitch you.
Bootleg Kev Show special guest in here. Multiple time guest. My guy. This is the Drum Work podcast, essentially.
Yeah, you know.
Conway the Machine is here.
What's good? What's
Welcome,
happening?
welcome, man.
What's up, my brother?
God don't make mistakes.
That's right.
You played me this album, a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
August 2020?
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about that. And a lot of the album is pretty much kind of what you played me. Obviously, there was some surprise features. Mm-hmm. You got, we got Beanie Siegel on the fucking project.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I remember hearing the first time you played it.
Right.
Man, this is the Shady Records. This is your Shady Records commitment.
Yes.
You owe them one album. It's finally coming. How you feeling?
My debut, baby.
It ain't your debut, let's be honest, but it's your Shady Records debut.
Yeah, my Shady Records debut.
Interscope.
Yeah, my first album.
I got Interscope people calling me about you. Like, hey, would you be interested in interviewing Conway? Do you know who he is? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's fine.
How you feeling though, man?
I'm excited for the, finally be able to, touch the streets, man. People can get a chance to, to hear what I've been working on over the years.
I think that you have obviously had the streets in your pocket. All of Griselda has for the last 5-6 years. So knowing that this album was your Shady Records debut, you had to have had like a real vision as to what you wanted this to sound like, because it's kind of been done for a while. Yeah. You put out so many other projects. What was like the main goal with this album? Like, what was like when you were like, okay, like what did a song have to have for it to make the cut for this one?
Just that pain, you know what I mean? That feel, you know what I'm saying? I wanted, you know what I mean? Like, I just wanted that pain on the shit. Records like, The Cow, that was from this album. Like, The Cow record was for God Don't Make Mistakes. So I was always in that bag, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get niggas that pain.
The Cow originally was meant for this album?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I recorded that shit. It was gonna be the intro to my album. And you know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck happened. When I came back, I left, and when I came back to Derringer House, and you know what I'm saying? The little fuck played it for Wes, and
he took it.
Wes threw his verse on it and kept it for his album, his shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I make my shit with Derringer, I keep my shit secret. Like, don't tell that motherfucker Wes what I'm doing. Don't play these shits for Wes. You know what I'm saying? When I heard the beat I picked with the whole, you know what I mean? Nah, bro, go.
Yeah. Did that happen a lot with this, where you had stuff recorded for this project and it ended up in other places?
Hell yeah, like shit. The Cow, Bang with Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't make. That got leaked and shit.
You got
City on the Map with 50
Wow.
Cent. That was for this album.
Wow.
I want to say I don't know if y'all remember that Mr. Fuji shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was for this album. May Store was for this. A lot of what was Shane gonna do was for this album.
Wow, it's crazy because what you could do is you could put a record like Bang as a bonus track. You got to do the major label game now,
Yeah,
kind of hack the numbers a little bit, little bonus track action.
Yeah, but we be making so much shit though. I don't be tripping out that shit, man. Like when we did The Cow, like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really tripping.
You got to fix The Cow on DSPs though, because on Spotify it doesn't say your name.
Yeah.
It's just West. Like when I search up Conway the Cow, it doesn't come up. You got to search up West Side Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got to fix that. Have Empire fix it. Yeah. you got to be a primary artist on that fucking record.
Yeah, I'm used to not getting my flowers.
Are you feel like you're finally getting them though?
Yeah, we'll see.
Just in general, I feel like the last couple of years, I feel like people have finally started to give you the recognition as like top 2-3 rapper on earth whenever you are in your bag?
That's still an understatement.
I know how you feel.
2, 3.
No, I know how you feel.
I'm just joking around.
No, but I know how you feel. You're in this shit to be acknowledged as number one.
Yeah, but no, I'm just joking around though, man. But yeah, I feel like I'm starting to, you know what I mean? I'm starting to see it more. I would say that. I feel like it's probably, it's been a lot of guys, especially to me, the people that matter. Like, I've been hearing shit like this from, early on from like people like DJ Clark Kent, you know what I'm saying? My nigga Reg and A-King, Combat Jack,
R.I.P.
Nori and them, Wu-Tang, Royce, you know what I mean? I'm signed to Eminem, just like people like that. Like, I've been hearing that. I've been getting my flowers from them, Busta.
Yeah, when you get flowers from Eminem, Busta,
Still,
all those
like
guys,
that.
yeah.
So, I'm a hip hop nigga. Like, I'm a hip hop head, like from like the 90s though. Like the 90s, the Grammy 90s era. So like, I had like Prodigy was my big brother. Feel me? Like all the people like that, you know what I mean, that you would identify with from that era in the Grammy 90s, fuck with me. Wu-Tang, Busta, DMX. I was on DMX album personally.
100%.
To the Locks, Kissing, Styles, and them are my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, P was my brother, half on my album, my last album. You know what I'm saying?
Method Man. I mean, shit, Lemonade was a moment.
Math.
It was kind of dope to see Meth do Lemonade in the verses too.
Yeah, it was amazing to see. I couldn't believe he did that. But shout out to Meth for that. But like I was saying, like shit like that is what mattered to me the most. So I don't really care about niggas. Niggas. I don't care about y'all lists. And I don't care about none of that shit, man. I do just from a competitive standpoint, because I just be feeling like, that's what anybody. You think niggas look at the top 75 NBA and like, man, how I ain't 49? What? They crazy. I averaged, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
25 points for 20
Or the people who did. I don't think they did that did they do that shit in order?
I don't know, but I'm just
No, but
saying,
I hear you. Like if you're Dwight Howard, you're
you're
pissed off you didn't make the list because you're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
You probably, it don't make you lose no sleep. But right. It's like, I felt like I did enough to deserve, the type of recognition. But at the same time, I really don't give a fuck about that. Like, because I feel like I'm already validated and I won because I got people like Bus and them niggas and Ray and Royce and Meth and, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they told me I'm nice, Nas, Hove.
I mean, listen, you got the Hove record finally, which was a moment.
Yeah.
I feel like last year in general, you had so many moments on when it came to just whether it was Donda, whether it was working with Hove. I mean, just the DMX album, like just some real, just iconic rap shit, bucket list shit probably last year that you could just check off.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we got a song with Hove.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay, right. We on Kanye shit.
Fire.
Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's bucket list shit.
Bucket list shit.
Being on DMX's last album, knowing that BET you were on his album, doing the BET Awards, knowing DMX wanted you, you could have been on like a lot of times when people pass, we get an album afterwards and sometimes the features aren't authorized, but like DMX talked about y'all's record.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So did that feel good? Like last year, obviously, like, list aside, all that shit, like just personally, on some like rap fan shit, the kind of shit you got to be a part of last year had to be real, just had to feel good, man.
It felt amazing. And I'm just so thankful and grateful for everybody that, played a part and all of that. Like everything you named and even the stuff you didn't name.
I mean, yeah, you did, man. You did a lot last year. One of my favorite records last year was the record you did with JID. That shit is fucking crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit had me on fire.
And then obviously Scatterbrain came, but just in general.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's just so much, man. I can just, it's just truly amazing, man. It's dope, man. It's dope.
A lot of moments. Let's go through some of them. So talk about the J record, because obviously we always think about right before the pandemic hit. you performing the cow, hugging Hove on the side at Novo. I was at the show. Yeah. That was the last show I went to before everything shut down.
Yeah.
I think that was a lot of people's last shows in LA at least.
It was.
But how did the J record end up finally happening? Because that's obviously when you start running in those circles.
Man, the universe is, you know what I'm saying, is a motherfucker, man. I just, my man Chad, like, yo, shit, I got a joint I need you to knock out. Shit is gonna be with you, Jay and Kiss. I'm like, huh, what? You feel me? Like, get the fuck out of here. He like, nah, for real, bro. Like, shit, I did my verse at that time. They verses wasn't on it.
So you just got the beat.
Right. And the hook was on
right,
it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo. But I didn't even know that Jay was going to be on it until after I did it. Let me take that back. Like, because, like, I think at first I'm thinking they was talking like me, Jay Electronica, and Jadakiss. They just said Jay.
They said Jay.
So I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, Jay Elect, okay.
Yeah. And so I did this shit. And then I wanted to hear it and shit. And like, nah, like, we waiting on her Hove verse. Like, wait, Hove getting on this too? Like, yeah, nigga, I told you, Jadakiss, you, Jay and Jadakiss. Like, Jay-Z, nigga. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. And, you know what I mean? That shit was just crazy to me. You know what I mean? And then, man, just shout out the Hove. I don't want to say too much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what was your reaction though when you first heard when you first heard his verse next to your verse on a record? Like, did the song already come out? Was it right before it came out? Like,
yeah, nah, I ain't hear it, man, till it came out. Honestly, I didn't hear it till it was available on
DSPs.
Yeah, and I was like sharing the link in the bio and shit like that. But man, that shit just was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, like I had to pop a bottle of champagne, bottle of Spade, like it just when I was on celebratory time, like what the fuck, bro? I'm really, goddamn, really doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And we chop. Man, me and Brick Bro talk all the time. You feel me? I seen him at I know y'all seen the pictures and stuff at it was like the premiere or whatever, like the Harder They Fall premiere, and we kind of had a little a little conversation. It was just like I couldn't believe it. It just was like, wow, like, man, I wish I could share that convo with y'all.
That's for y'all though, man.
Yeah.
That's big. With obviously you being on Donda, I remember when he did the second stream and like that song wasn't on there. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Me too.
I was like, no. I was like, Jay shit ain't on the intro. But did that come from, I mean, obviously we talked about how you and Gunn went to Wyoming. What was that? Like 2 years ago now, right? It's been a minute.
I went a couple times. I went a few times out there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did that record get made out there, or was this something where you had to?
Yeah, out there.
So that was a record that's been cut for a while then.
Yeah. Cut a few.
Cut a few that.
Yeah, I cut a few. Like I think that was the only one. I'm not sure how many like West did with him, but I cut a few out there with him.
Maybe get one for the night, like, yo, what's up with that? Hey,
we'll see. Hey. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
No, for sure. Were you able to go to? I know I saw from what I remember, Gunn was on the porch with like Marilyn Manson. That shit was wild.
I missed that one.
That shit was wild. I'm like, the Baby, West Side Gun, and Marilyn Manson are just sitting there, fresh off the Baby being canceled.
I'm
like, what the fuck is going? This is crazy.
Shit going on. I missed that one, but I went to like the one in Atlanta.
So you had to go to Atlanta. Did you get to like? He had like the fucking. He was like living there.
Yeah. I ain't go all the way. Like I was in New York doing some stuff, so I just kind of like flew out there for a day and dipped. Like I just went out there for like the concert or whatever.
Right.
When he was out there with like the red shit on and all that.
No, I remember that. Yeah. How would you say you and Kanye's relationship is at this point? Because like obviously if you've been to Wyoming a few times, you got to have some rapport with him.
I like it, man. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? I think we got a, you know, pretty good relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I need to, you know, tap in with bro, that's nothing to do. You feel me? And just the love the man showed, you know what I'm saying? I'm forever grateful. Like, man, I slept on the man ranch. You know what I'm saying? I was out there for a week or two, longer than that probably.
That's crazy.
I've been with him and, you know what I'm saying? I've been to Dr. Dre house fucking with Kanye the first time.
What?
Ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fucking with Ye had me at Dr. Dre's, like, coming up with hooks and shit for Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? Hearing unreleased little music and shit. Like, he was playing, he pressed play button on some fire. Like,
I've heard.
I got a funny ass story about that night too.
Please tell us the story.
I
You can't give us the Dre story. Not yet.
I got a Dre story. Yeah, nah, I don't know if that's.
If it's okay.
If niggas want that out there, but man.
How was Dre?
It's crazy. Dre, cool ass dude, man. And you know what was so cool about it? He actually remembered me, and I should, like, oh shit, that nigga remember me, like, cause I get there. Like, it's funny because I've been on the ranch, and I've been, before I went to the ranch, like,
in Wyoming.
Ye had before I was in Wyoming, like, Ye had a studio in Calabasas somewhere out there, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was out there, you know, working on some music and shit with him. But in Ye's studio, it's like real churchy vibes and shit.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Ye on his, you know, he a Christian and stuff, so it's not really the same type of vibes that I may particularly be used to. Like, we ain't drinking and smoking in the lab. It ain't all the homies, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you got the choir in there and like people from like church and stuff like there. So it's like, it was kind of different for me too, because I never really like worked on like, you know what I mean, I guess like Christian rap or stuff like that. Like, you know, my thing is I'm grimy this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
please
so
never
like,
put. Please, hey, let's sidebar just quick. Don't ever put out a Christian rap album, please.
you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm just saying, like, I never did. So it was kind of just new and stuff to me, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm out there for like a week. You know what I'm saying? Recording, going there every day. And I just like, yo, man. So when we go one day, I'm over there recording. Long story short, I'm over there at Ye studio recording. And we go to, you know, the engineer. Ye wasn't there. The engineer stopped the beat and like, yo, I just got a text. Ye wants us to come over to Dre's, because I think, you know, him and Dre was working on some stuff for the album. I'm like, you want us to, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, nah, we all going over there. So we go to Dre house. Go in there and shit. I'm just sitting in there and it's like, it's mad people in the room. But like, I'm seeing people smoking and drinking and shit. I'm like, oh, this where I needed to be. This what I've been missing. Right. You feel me? Like, shit, I start rolling my backboard up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Drake kind of like stepped off from the board and shit. Turned around, you know what I'm saying? And looked like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember you. Because I met him for the first time at the Star unveiling for 50 Cent.
Yeah, you guys were there.
Right. So that's when I met him, and he remembered me from that day. And, you know, that's bucket list shit for me. You know,
just for Dre to know who you are.
Right. Just for Dre to know who I am. Like, that shit just, like, different for me.
I heard
like,
the speakers at his house are crazy.
This man's studio is unreal. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I heard it's so crazy. I heard like like he got the craziest speakers. Seen it? Nah, but I've heard about it. I know a lot of people who've been over there, and they just say,
"Oh man, I couldn't believe I was there. I couldn't even believe I was there." Real talk, like, shout out to Dre, man. He showed love. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? With Snoop, oldest son. Couple of Dre homies and shit like that. Like, it was just love. Like, and, you know, we ended up working on some stuff, actually.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And
hopefully we'll hear it.
Hope so. Hopefully.
We always.
Hopefully y'all can work on more with him.
Yeah.
Like, Dr. Dre is like a nigga, big inspiration for me.
I mean, shit, he just put out a 6-pack of records last week off of GTA, which was dope.
I would love to work with Dre.
Yeah, no,
just
Dre.
Learn from him and just watch him.
Yeah, I heard his creative process is like very meticulous, very.
Bro, I was watching that shit and I'm just like, bro, now I get it.
Like his ear for like the frequencies and it's so crazy.
At the board, like the shit that you see in like maybe in the videos and stuff where, you know what I mean? Now that I'm shooting videos and stuff, you know how we might like pretend or act
you
like,
might twist a knob.
Yo, he's really like that. He really like that.
Right.
Very into every little, the smallest detail.
That's what I hear.
A genius. It's just amazing to watch. And the studio that he got set up is just so ill. Like, I couldn't believe that I was there. Like, real talk, I couldn't believe. Like,
creative process wise, from what you witnessed from Dre to being in multiple sessions with Ye, Ye seems more of like a on the fly guy. Like, I've seen him recording everywhere from some crazy studios with choirs to like a mic in a hotel room. Like a lot of like the Cruel Summer shit was like just in a room with you know. So like what would you say like Ye's creative process is that you kind of took from that was like a little different?
Nah, Ye like that too. Like the same thing I was saying about Dre, like every little detail. He's, you know, it's very particular and very thought out. And, you know, he know what he want. He know the direction he want. And it was crazy. Like I was fortunate. Like my first day landing in out there, and as soon as I get there, go to the ranch, and like he already in the studio. And he got, you know, we all in there, and the man made like 7 beats in front of me and Benny. Ask Benny.
That's crazy.
Like just like quick. We wasn't anything like it was like we was in there all night. It was like a couple of hours, if that. Like the man made 7 beats fast as hell.
That's wild.
Like I was like, when I got back to the, you know, where I was staying after we left, like, and mind you, we in his like in his personal space of it, like his house or whatever this shit is.
This is in Wyoming?
Yeah, it's like this shit's crazy. Like watching him,
got a whole ass ranch.
how he do it, like like it's just dope. It's just real dope, man, to be able to say, yo, I watched Kanye create music in the studio, or Dr. Dre create. Like I'm watching Dre make fucking a beat in the studio.
It's crazy.
Who can say they did that?
That's real shit. Not a lot of people on earth. What is dope to see, like, I feel like quiet as kept, man, you're probably one of the very few people on the planet that can say Kanye's co-signed me. I've worked with him. Eminem's co-signed me. Yeah. Jay-Z's co-signed me.
Yeah.
And we could go down the list, but like we're talking like
got songs with everybody, man.
It's crazy.
Got shit with Hove, Dre, Wayne.
Hey, what up? We got to stop the podcast real quick. Shout out to MyBookie, man. Listen, if you know anything about me, you know I like to gamble on sports. And I've been using MyBookie for so long. Go to mybookie.ag. Check it out. They're doing the MyBookie double deposit bonus. This is how this works. You sign up, you make a deposit, you use the promo code BOOTLEG, and you're going to get double your money. They're going to match your deposit up to $1,000. There's so much action right now, too. The NBA season is going crazy. Maybe you could do a future, right? Who do you think is going to win the MVP? I don't know. Is it going to be Giannis? Is it going to be Devin Booker? Is it going to be Jokic? Certainly ain't going to be motherfucking Russell Westbrook. Crazy odds. That ain't going to happen. That's just burning money. With that being said, there's so many different ways you can bet. You could bet on your daily games. You could do the parlay. I like doing money line parlays. I like to just do 3 or 4 heavy favorites on that NBA schedule, throw them all on one ticket and just try to hit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're into, MyBookie, you could bet on it. Anything. Go to mybookie.ag. They got the double deposit bonus right now. This is important. Sign up for an account, make a deposit, and they will match your deposit. Double your money up to $1,000. Right now, that's free money. So what are you doing? Use the promo code BOOTLEG when you sign up and you can double your money. Get in on some of this NBA action, man. It's NBA season, all-star games this weekend. So much. You could bet on the three-point contest, the motherfucking dunk contest, whatever the fuck is going on. Who's going to be the MVP of the all-star game? I don't know, but you could bet on it. You could bet on anything. So make sure one more time, that's MyBookie. Double your first deposit up to $1,000 using that promo code BOOTLEG. Place your bets. What are we doing? Bet on anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie, motherfucker. Let's go. You know what song was hard that not a lot of people are talking about is the record on the Burner album.
Crazy. Shout out my Burner, man. That's my bro.
He put a lot of people on a song. Because Mozzie was on that, right?
Yeah, shout out to Mozzie, too.
Mozzie's on that record.
Yeah.
it's funny because I know Benny and Mozzie were on like a Damian Lillard remix together, but I'd always told Benny, I was like, dude, I just want to hear you and Mozzie like really get down on some shit. Like I was like, man, Burner really A&R the fuck out of that record.
Yeah, Burner is too ill with it, man. And, you know, I think, you know, a lot of that shit get kind of overlooked.
For sure.
Because he's so successful with his other endeavors.
Yeah.
But like his music
is hard.
Every tape, everything he dropped, man, is fucking, man. Shout out to my bro Burner.
And he
a good dude. He
best.
showed me so much love.
The
like
best.
I ain't have to. I ain't know him from a can of paint. And you know what I'm saying? Yo, I want to get you on some shit. Got me on some shit with Pusha. And then next you know, it's on Madden and shit and all that. Like my kids and shit play video games. Like that shit just ever since then I just been like kind of just forever grateful.
You guys are like, man. I feel like like Griselda, all three of y'all and Burner have a similar work ethic when it comes to putting out music. Just catalog. Yeah. Like Burner will fuck around and drop 4 albums in a year. Yeah. 2 of them will be collab albums with like Currency or Dolph or God Rest Dolph's Soul, you know. But I feel like y'all have similar work ethics and just on the independent shit. Like,
I mean, a lot of times it could be niggas on some lazy shit as artists, and then a lot of times too is everybody don't be having the freedom to kind of release when they want
especially if they're on a major.
Yeah, everybody, you know, it's the beauty of being, you know, kind of when you can do what you want. Burner can do what the fuck he want to do. He can drop 5 albums this month if he want.
Well, I was just we just had Benny here last week, and I was like, yo, there's something about the fact Benny signed to Def Jam, and then Tend to Talk 4 is still independent on Griselda and Empire, and the fact that y'all signed this whole shady fucking deal, was it 7 years ago? 6 years ago? It's been some years,
like
right?
5 years ago.
It's been a minute, and you guys were able to just drop whatever the fuck you want while still being on a major, while still technically being on a major, independently, keep all of that, and then picking, you know, hey, look, this is the Shady album, but everything else is separate. Not a lot of people got that deal.
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, we ain't really trying to like sign and no like regular deal. Like if I can't, when I'm looking at going into deals, like if I can't at least be partners, like
what are we doing?
Right.
Yeah, I think that
so like when I'm partners, when I have these partnerships, you know, what I'm doing with my other entities, shit, don't got nothing to do with this over here. You feel me? Shit, that's a drum work tape. You know what I mean? And it work out kind of good when you just move like that. Like I like to be partners. You know what I'm saying?
On this album, some great production. Let's go through who all's got beats on the album.
I got Alchemist on there, of course. You know
Automatic.
Definitely got to have my brother Darren. Darren should probably produce the most records on it.
Only right.
Justice League. I got some shit with Justice League. I got some shit with you know, Cosmo.
Yeah.
Cosmo Beats. He did a lot of Burner shit.
Cosmo's Burner's the right hand. Yeah, they did a whole album together last year. Shout out Cosmo. That's my bro.
Shout out to Burner for connecting that dot.
Cosmo's a great guy, man.
Absolutely. I got Bink on there.
Shout out Bink.
I have Hit Boy on there.
Of course.
I think that's about it, man.
You getting Beanie on the project Beanie to me is probably like top 3 or 4 most slept on rappers ever when we think about just the respect that, like, we don't talk about Beanie like I think we should, and you know, as far as being an all-time great. I think he's in those conversations.
Indeed.
That was one of the features that I didn't hear when you played me the album. So I'm assuming that was something that probably happened in the last, I don't know, 12 months or something?
Yeah. That happened pretty recently. Beans came to Buffalo, and you know what I'm saying, we was, you know,
Beans in Buffalo.
Yeah, he came to Buffalo and, you know, came to get next to me and shit, and like, yo, I came to come fuck with you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, word, and we had some very, very, very dope conversations, man. You know, the stuff that, you know, he wanted to come to Buffalo and just the conversations he wanted to have with me that, you know, I ain't gonna talk about
right
on camera and shit, but
he's been through a lot, man.
It's dope, man.
Yeah.
It was just dope that he came to me for that. You know what I'm saying?
It's different when someone comes to you, especially in your hometown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's different.
man.
You could link up with someone in Atlanta or LA. That's easy. But like someone coming to Buffalo,
no security and none of that shit. Like just on some regular shit. Just him and his man.
How long was he in Buffalo? A couple days?
Nah, yeah, for like a week.
Oh shit! Like, so he tapped in.
Oh, we was cooking. We knocked a few shits out.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like we about to we got something up our sleeve.
So hey, wait, hold on. Conway Beanie Project?
More than that.
More than that.
You know what I'm saying?
Conway, are you bringing Beanie to drum work?
Well, we'll see, man. It's
Beanie Siegel on drum work?
We I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but you know, we've been cooking.
You know what I would say?
That. We've been cooking.
I love Beanie. I would say to him, yo, man, you're independent now. He really being the GOAT that he is, he just got to run up his shit now. Because I feel like finally, like, you know, he's having a moment right now. Like,
yeah.
You know, I saw him in with Game.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. Like,
I heard some shit.
The streets need you, dog. Streets need
Game
you.
played me. I want to say Game played me a record that you were on. That's unreleased.
Yeah. I did some shit with Game. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering was he keeping that or not, but
listen, he's got like 75 songs.
Yeah.
So
I did some shit with Game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the homie Game, man. He patched in like, yo, bro, let's get one in. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And, I fuck with everybody, man. Like, I just like to cook.
Yeah.
So it just be dope that niggas that I listen to, and when I was on a uprise of this shit, you know, wanting to collaborate with me, that should be meaning a lot. So when the homie passed in, like, yo, I want to get one in, I'm like, nigga, of course.
When you guys first started out, and you guys were getting some of these features, right? Like where there was like Busta Rhymes, there's like some of the early like dope, bigger features you guys were getting. Did you guys ever have to pay for any of those features early on?
Never.
It was always a respect thing.
Always. It was organic. Especially for me. I don't even want to work with you. No matter how talented you may be or none of that shit, or how lit you is or hot you is on radio and none of that. Like if it's not organic, if I never like we ain't never crossed paths, or at least like even on the internet way, like, you know, DM.
Yeah.
Like if it's not love, it gotta just feel organic. Like I don't care about
the numbers, like, or the perception.
Like, I don't want to work with nobody thinking like, oh, I get a song with him, I'm gonna blow.
Right.
It's gonna be a hit. Like I fuck with niggas that fuck with me. I fuck with everybody, but when it comes to, you know, collabing and making music, I fuck with who. It gotta be organic, man. Real nigga shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like saying Siegel shit.
The Siegel shit, that's big.
Shit like
listen,
that.
whatever y'all
Even
got
early
coming.
ones like Busta, like I was saying, I'm in the stool with Busta. Nigga, I'm hugging Busta, like Bust showing
His energy's crazy.
love, like, nigga, I love you, King, type shit. He took me in like as a brother, as a little brother. Raekwon and them niggas, like, I've been fucking with Chef, like, even before he even knew I rap. Like, I just was around him. He met me in Buffalo and shit for the first time. Saw me at a couple parties and just, you know, around. Every time he'd be around me, just, you know, I'm on my square. You feel me? I'm fly. I'm always was a fly nigga. And, you know what I'm saying? Having a couple dollars and shit anyway. So, but I never really brought up like, yeah, I rap. I do music. You know what I'm saying? You know, this was early. This was before any of that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When he finally started hearing me and people, yo, this, like nigga,
I know this guy.
You
I've been around you.
Rapping like this, ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just everything is just all organic early on. Before, a lot of them niggas was suckers, man. They ain't fuck with us. They wasn't trying to like collab, like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't want to collab. They either like try to like charging niggas astronomical prices, or they just like be on some sucker shit like, all right, yeah, let's lock it in.
Yeah, let's lock in, kick my math, and then you never hear from him again.
They don't reply, they don't respond. A lot of fuck niggas like that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's the rap game in a nutshell, what you just said.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of people running into each other's
Bro,
and being like,
that
yo,
shit
let's
still-
work.
That shit still go on even in like people that's on in the industry, majors. I got records on my album right now, God Don't Make Mistakes, that, you know what I'm saying, that I communicated, we kicked it, chopped it up with the iron, and we, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say no names, but we do the song, and then, you know, they sit the managers and the lawyers on you, and then they don't answer.
Listen, you know,
text no more.
you
They
know,
got a lawyer.
you got a record.
You didn't clear. You don't want to clear it.
You got a record that you've played me.
Exactly.
You know the record.
Exactly.
That's a real hit record. That is the problem. Why we probably were never going to hear it is because of some
industry sucker
shit. And this is a crazy record. This is a record that, like, to me is like, it could change your life type shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like wild to me. Like when I hear something like that, and I'm like, yo, how the fuck is this not getting cleared? Because imagine if that song just never comes out, or that beat never comes out, or that hook never comes out.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Yeah, it's wild.
I played the game wrong, kind of. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta switch up your strategies. You know what I'm saying? In some situations, like in that situation, I kind of like put it in in other people's hands to get that. Get it done. Side of it taken care of, when I should have just went in the shoebox and grabbed the money and just handled it. It's mine. So I already paid for it. Don't worry about it. I just get reimbursed later.
Has Drake ever reached out to you? Obviously, Drake and Benny
That's my nigga. That's my nigga. We chop it up. You know what I'm saying? We chopped it up, and I ran into him a couple times in person, and chopped it up in the DMs and shit on the gram and all that, but we ain't never do no music or nothing together. But you know, that's my nigga. It's love. Like I'm not a nigga that, like, when I meet niggas and I see niggas, I'm
let's do a fucking song. If it happens, it happens.
Like, right.
If it's organic, like you said, it's all about organic shit.
Yeah. And I just feel like from the conversations and shit, and how we greet each other, and I feel like that's not nothing that would be difficult to happen. Like if it just came into it, like, yo, let's cook one, Drizzy. Like, nigga, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Say less.
Working with Wayne on this album that was one of the features that has been on there, because I'd heard it a while ago. So obviously Wayne is, peak Wayne is up there with like peak 50, peak Snoop, as far as just most famous, biggest motherfuckers alive. As far as like his run was just
100%
impeccable. Wayne, I feel like, is always super tapped in when it comes to like real lyrical shit. Even when he was in jail, like he had an interview where he said as soon as he get out of jail, he wanted to work with Tech Nine. That was like in 2010 or some shit. You know what I mean? But I feel like he's always super tapped in. Like, how did the Wayne shit end up just happening?
Honestly, my nigga 2 Chainz.
Shout out to Chainz, man.
And I never at this point, I had never even met 2 Chainz or nothing. I don't even think we even did any music together or anything. It's just, and Wayne told this story, like, man, 2 Chainz was just hitting me. It was like, yo, you gotta hear this Griselda shit. You gotta hear this nigga Conway. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. So, and Wayne was just tapped in, and that's when he reached out and, like, immediately, like, yo, I gotta do something with them dudes. And that's when he had me and Benny on a Roulette album. On a Funeral or whatever.
I think it was Funeral.
Album. Yeah, I think the song was Roulette.
Yeah.
But that's how that shit happened. He reached out, we did the joint.
Oh, swap.
And then
like I got one for you.
He was, I think I went on his podcast and
I remember that.
He like, if you need anything, man, just let me know, man.
As a matter of fact,
I
got one.
Yeah, I think I got one for you right now. And he sent that shit back in the day. And then we linked up more, like, it's always love. Like, again, like I said, when I see him, it's love. We linked up again, like, in his studio. And,
Miami?
Yeah, in Miami. And we cooked up a bunch of shit. And, like,
both of you guys are sports heads, too.
Oh, just watching Wayne cook. We got some crazy shit. We got a joint where we're going back and forth, like, you know what I'm saying, in and out. I'm telling you.
What?
I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on with that joint. But
you and Wayne just going back and forth.
Going crazy
on some Kiss style shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How, like, it's crazy because we always hear Wayne don't write shit, right? Like, it's all.
Shout out Mac Main too.
Mac Main's a great guy.
A lot of that shit for me too. That's my brother. Like we talk a lot. Like me and Mac talk all the time.
That's fucking crazy. Back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth, some crazy shit. I can't wait. I hope this shit come out, man.
Carter 6 or something.
Cooked this week. We was cooking. I'm just watch them in the cook. I was in there. That's the crazy shit. I was there. I left Wayne and went to the ranch with Ye. You know
just bucket list shit, bro.
Bucket list shit.
That's some real shit. Hey, we gotta start the podcast, man, real quick. Appreciate y'all for watching. Really mean it. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, even if you're one of those dickheads who leaves a comment. Yo, why are you always interrupting the guests? Because it's my fucking podcast. And I don't know. I like to talk too. Anyway, hey, shout out to Odd Socks, man. They've been our sponsor from day one. We go hard for Odd Socks always, man. Literally go hard for my wife, and I go hard for Odd Socks in different and same kinds of ways. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I go hard in Odd Socks. They do make boxers. You feel me? Anyway, listen, they got the ill licenses. They got the Breaking Bad. They got the WWE. They got Mountain Dew. They got fucking Swedish Fish, fucking Kool-Aid, Pez, you know, Cheech and Chong. What are you into? The Odd Socks basics are the boys, though. That's my favorite. You know, you get yourself a nice pair of just basics. They're comfy. It's like walking on clouds. All right. So you can save 20% off if you go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code BootlegKev. That's one word, BootlegKev, all together at checkout. 20% off oddsocksofficial.com. Go show some love and let's get back to the interview. I will say this, man. Like, I do feel like we were talking about giving flowers earlier. I do feel like it has to be said, like, you are probably the best. Like, when we think of eras of hip hop, and we think of like who we grew up listening to and who was the best when we were growing up, whether it was Nas, whether it was Kiss, whether it was Hove, Big L, whatever, you're that guy right now. So like I think in 15 years we're gonna look back and be like, man, do you remember the Conway, Griselda era?
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's man, you know.
And I know how important that shit is to you, because you know, I was talking to Benny, and like Benny's like very kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, because I know you give a fuck.
Yeah.
As far as like you're going for that number one spot because it matters to you. Benny's kind of nonchalant about it. He's like, look, people are gonna say what they're gonna say, or they're not gonna say what. I know how important that is to you, to make sure motherfuckers really put that shit on your name.
That's cap too. Benny feel like I feel about this shit. Benny want to be the best. That's why that motherfucker don't sleep, and that motherfucker is just nonstop.
He is nonstop,
cooking, working,
for
driving,
sure.
Like he all over the place, everywhere. Like Benny, I know. Like
you guys did this, and we talked about this in the interview that him and I did that just dropped.
Motherfucker doing some music right now, probably.
Tana Talk 4 coming out, I think March 11th. You guys have a song called Tyson vs. Ali that everyone will hear. That's I thought an important record, because I kind of feel like when it comes to just like the Griselda fans and there's like a Griselda Reddit thread, and like there's like, you know, there's just this little world of like hardcore Griselda fans.
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys kind of like put a lot of that, like some of the dumb narratives that people create that is non-existent, kind of to sleep on that record, in terms of just being like, yo, like, we're family at the end of the day. If you're doing good, I'm doing, like, we're happy for each other.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people tend to love, like, I don't know, like a story, like a
they love a storyline.
It's
it's like kinda, it's the wrestling shit. Like people want to be like, yo, is there?
We ain't on that shit, man. You feel me? Like we. It's just crazy, because all of our lives and our careers is taking off, and just at a trajectory that we didn't even plan out. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, Benny on top of the fucking world right now. You feel me? He's doing a million things, doing his own shit. Westside, the same way. He on the top of the world doing a million shit. He over here with it. I'm doing a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? We all just becoming, you know, we growing more. I mean, look, best case scenario, this should have been the plan the whole time, right? Yeah. It's like, man, this is the best case scenario is what's happening. Yeah, man. You know, absolutely.
100%. Yeah. But no, that record is crazy.
Yeah, that shit.
Tyson versus Ali. I'm gonna say you're Ali. Are we saying you're Ali in this? In the Tyson versus Ali?
I guess so.
Say you're Ali. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, I'm an old head.
Shout out to Tana Talk 4 though. Man, you guys are gonna have a crazy like 3 or 4 weeks as a crew, because between your shit and his shit, man, it's
takeover time.
It's gonna start feeling like 2020 in this motherfucker all over again.
It's takeover time, man. Takeover.
Talk to me about drum work. You know, Jay just played some crazy records.
Yeah. Jay Ski's got some crazy shit going on.
I know how much of like a hip hop historian you are.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like last year's project to me felt a little kind of like Jay's Dynasty album in terms of like a great way for you to introduce your roster in the form of a Conway album.
Yeah.
Will there be like an official drum work project coming?
Yeah. We're gonna probably, you know what I'm saying, fuck them up with a compilation. We got a lot of songs done. We got some songs done for that shit already. You know, it's just I've been having so much shit going on. Like,
right.
It kind of got put on pause with, you know, everything that's been happening for me. Like, you know what I'm saying, like DMX album stuff, being on that, and the BET Awards and the tour happened like right after that.
Yeah, the tour was lit.
Now I'm in album circuit for my shit, for God Don't Make Mistakes.
Of course.
And then I'm going on a world tour and stuff. So it's like kind of like.
Are you excited for the world tour?
Yeah. I ain't never been overseas, man.
Yeah, it's different over there.
I only been to a couple cities. Well, now that I've been touring, I've been in a lot of shit I've been to on tour is like my first time going.
Were you able, like obviously were you ever able to go to Canada? Because I know it's tough to get into Canada if you got certain charges.
You know, before, you know, 9/11, it was easy. You could just go over there.
Right.
Don't even look at your ID and nothing. They just roll your window down. Where y'all from? USA.
Right.
Where y'all going? Shit, we going to the mall.
Switched up though now.
Yeah, now it's
tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like, could you even do shows over there?
I got shows booked over there for the tour. That's what I'm saying. I got like a whole Canada, like Toronto, Montreal.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just I heard it's a weird. I know certain people like, man, I'd love to go to Canada. I just can't. They won't let me in the country type shit.
Yeah, it's weird.
But it's definitely strange.
Yeah.
When after this project comes out, you got the world tour. We know how active you are. We might fuck around and get 4 fucking albums this year from you.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely is.
Well, I'm gonna say, what's the plan the rest of the year, man?
Man, Alchemist cooking back up again.
Okay.
And Jay Ski's doing a nice little EP for the streets. I'm doing something with my nigga Lord Flea.
Shout out to Flea. Stood me up when he was in LA. He was supposed to be on the show. He didn't come.
Doing one more little installment of the Big Ghost trilogy.
We got to figure out who Big Ghost is.
We do. We do.
Big Ghost. Bro, we gotta get him on the, like, he's just a mystery at this point.
And I'm doing some business with Empire too for this next album. So
let me ask you this: like, would there ever be a point in time, not to be in the Griselda business, but were you like, obviously it's always Griselda, but were you like leave the label as far as like contractually, or do you kind of feel like you'll always kind of be?
I'm contractually done now.
So any music moving forward is gonna be drum work.
Yeah, drum work. I mean, as of right now, yeah. Like sitting right here, right now, like I'm not on a contract with Griselda, Shady, none of that shit no more.
I mean, shit. Is this the first time in your career that's
it's free agency right now? You heard?
With that being said, I
need that Super Max, man. I need that Giannis bag.
Yeah, and even if that doesn't happen, it's still, you know, Griselda's still family. Gun is still family, of course.
Griselda, that's mine.
That's for life.
You know what I'm saying? Me and bro, you know what I'm saying? I put that shit on my back. Me and Wes took that. We built that.
I mean the analogy you had about doing the construction and all that is very yeah, that's some real shit.
Yeah. I put this shit on my back.
Are you guys trying to do the extension, or are you just kind of?
We haven't really talked about that. Who knows? Like, I'm sure, you know what I mean? That's all of our intentions. You know what I'm saying?
In the perfect world,
mine,
right?
Like, you know what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, as right now, like it's the end. Like, you know, the paperwork I signed
it's been fulfilled.
It's been fulfilled, as well as with it was all together. Like my Shady paperwork and Griselda paperwork and all that.
Everything's been
together
fulfilled,
and it's been fulfilled. And now it's time to sit back at the round table and figure out the future, what they got in store for me. And you know,
you know, Ghazi will just give you that drum work situation at Empire, and then and now you got your own.
Yeah, man.
You got to just take the flight to San Francisco, Ghazi, figure it out with Ghazi and Nima, and
hey man, old Ghazi gonna take good care of you. One thing about old Ghazi,
100%, 100%. Damn, how much of the Alchemist project do you have finished?
We ain't even start yet.
You haven't?
Nah.
But it's in the plans to do the sequel.
Yeah. He on tour right now. You know, I'm doing this shit, so he ain't really had time for us to sit down together and like comb through some beats or like for him to send a batch or shit or whatever. But it's definitely coming. Lulu 2. I don't know who I'm gonna name that shit Lulu 2, but I think
you get a new name. I think you a new name.
You know what I mean? I think I still got more of that story to paint.
Okay.
But who knows? It's not been named yet, and you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely happening and coming out in the very near future this year. Like very, very soon. That's the next shit I'm working on.
And then hopefully we figure out what this Beanie Siegel mystery shit is that you just laid on us.
Yeah. I mean, you know, listen, man, it's just something to think about for the people watching.
You speculate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if someone who's not affiliated with you currently, right? Taking out the Griselda roster, the Drumwork roster, who would be an artist if you could pick? And let's even take out like Jay-Z and Nas and Lil Wayne, all these obvious answers. Who's an artist that if you could pick to do a whole album with, you know what I'm saying, that you think could just hang with you at the bars, that you think would just be dope?
Like some underground shit or
semi-mainstream, you know, but like obviously you could be like, I want to do an album with Drake or Jay-Z, and that's like low-hanging fruit. Like give me a name.
Something that'll be fire. Who I would love to.
Yeah, just who you think would be hard. Who you think the fans would appreciate too?
That's a great question. Wow, that's a great question, man. That's a great fucking question, man. I don't know. I really don't know who I could think. You know what I'm saying? Like probably like who would I want to do a tape with? Like that'd be crazy. Man, I have no idea, bro. Like,
something that might be random. Maybe Russ. Kiss or Styles would be hard.
Yeah.
Low key Lemonade was such a moment. You and Method Man.
All that.
A little 6-piece with Meth might be crazy.
That would be insane. Me and Meth, me and Russ, me and Locks. Yeah, probably me and Meth.
How about this? Yeah, you and Mozzie.
I fucks with Mozzie. That would be crazy.
I feel like on talking about the pain and the relatability and the bars. Mozzie is him for on this side.
Speak that shit into existence.
And congrats to Mozzie who just signed with CMG.
Yeah, congrats, G. Yeah, that's fire. I saw that.
He got a nice situation too, so shout out to Mozzie.
Yeah.
Sweet situation. Yeah. All right, so this album, man, it's out. This probably will come out right before the album drops. The album's out the 25th?
The 25th.
25th.
Yes, God don't make mistakes.
How much input did M have on this project, if any? None. You just send in the album. This is it. Him and, you know. What about feedback wise? Does he give you feedback?
Yeah. But it was. I'm gonna keep it 100. I went to Detroit and I was in M's studio. Him, Paul, Royce, and played him the album front to back, and he fucked with every record and was like, this is ready to go. And that's when like he jumped on Bang and 50 got on the City on the Map joint and shit like that. even though we lost those records. But that's what I'm saying. When I played them the tape, it was like I didn't have. It wasn't. That was the critique. Like, yo, this shit is fucking amazing.
This is ready.
This is ready. Yeah.
Do you even like have anyone who's critique you, like, or like who even has the power to tell you like, yeah, this one ain't it, take it off? Like, or do you give a fuck, like, if whether it's Gun or M or somebody who,
everybody, if I respect them and they like appear in my craft, you know what I'm saying?
they give you input, you're open to that.
Yeah, right. You know, if I'm a pilot and I fly planes for a living, like somebody that just took a flight here and there can't tell me how I should have landed the flight. You know what I'm saying? But like, if it's another pilot that fly too and been flying longer than me or whatever, like I ain't one of those type of dudes. I'm open to criticism. You know what I'm saying? Like if Skis was to be like, yeah, no, I think you could have said that last line a little harder, a little iller. That you could have ended that better. I could have, you know, we've done that. Me, Wes, and Benny, when we cook and stuff together, you know, we tell each other like, nah, bro, say that last part a little better. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I, you talking about that last line? I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Was that a West Side Gun impersonation?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Wes will tell me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, that verse was all right. Just see.
I love this impersonation.
You go a little crazier. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, were you at the Chiefs game?
Which one?
The one?
No, I didn't go to that one. You know what? I was saving my energy
For the Super Bowl.
I ain't going to that because the Bengals had already handled their business. So I knew once we beat the Chiefs, we had us another home game in the playoffs.
Super Bowl.
And then the Super Bowl. So I'm like, I'm going to go to that game.
Yep.
When that confetti falls so I can, you know, get on the parade float like Kevin Hart and all that shit. You feel me? But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying?
How was, you know, I can't imagine the emotional roller coaster that game was to be a Bills fan. Because that shit, as just a football fan, I was on that was probably the best game I've ever watched. Like, I think Texas versus USC when it was Vince Young and Matt Leinart was one of them. You know what I'm saying? But NFL-wise, I can't think of a better game.
That was unreal of a game, man.
Two perfect quarterbacks, perfect ratings. Both had perfect games.
2 weeks in a row for Patrick Mahomes. 2 weeks in a row, perfect games.
But Josh, man.
It was, for not Patrick, for Josh Allen.
For Josh, yeah, for sure.
But for me personally, that kind of stung worse than us losing them Super Bowls, man.
Yeah, because you were probably a lot younger at the time.
I was gutted. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know, when, you know, watch Josh march us down there, score 2-point conversion, 39-36. We, you know, 13 seconds left. The coach and Josh, they hugging, and it's just, I'm in my house. I remember what, like, me and everybody in my house just running back and forth, going crazy. And
too much time.
I know we was in trouble when they kicked the touchback and they didn't just like kick
let some of the clock run.
Yeah, I'm like,
do the squib kick.
Right. I'm like,
you take 3-4 seconds off that clock, it matters.
Easily. So I'm like, wait a minute. And then I saw the defense, like the whole middle of the field, and they got timeouts left. I'm like, scratching my head. And then that first down, I'm like,
this shit ain't over.
And
hey, at least y'all got Josh Allen for the rest of his career. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, man.
Y'all got one.
Yeah, we got one, man. I think Josh has to be, of course, outside of like the Bradys and the Aarons. I think I would take Josh Allen before any of them niggas.
I might agree with you.
Give me Josh Allen.
Because you know what you got? Anybody. You got the threat of that run.
Yep. You got the heart.
He's like who I wish Kyler Murray, like he's like who I think Kyler Murray actually is, but Josh Allen is really him.
Yeah.
Because Kyler Murray's 5 feet tall.
Jackson, I love, you know what I'm saying, Patrick Mahomes. I love Burrow.
Patrick Mahomes' fucking family annoys me. I can't deal with him.
What's the homie out here?
Stafford.
Justin
Herbert.
Herbert.
Herbert's a beast.
I love Herbert.
Yeah.
But if they all right
taking
here on
Josh
the board
Allen.
and it's my turn to pick, and I know what I know by watching the film, like what I've seen so far in their careers, Give me Josh.
That's some real
6'5", 260, 270, whatever he is, running and throwing like the rocket arm with that heart and that dog in him like that. Give me that one.
That's some real shit. Hey, I think why people love you so much, man, is because you are extremely transparent. You're extremely honest. You're extremely vulnerable when you rap.
Yeah.
And when it comes to just like everyday shit that everyone deals with that most rappers are too cool to even talk about, whether it's being depressed sometimes, whether it's being down and out. You know what I mean? That shit is something that I think a big reason why a lot of people relate to your shit. For people who are going through some shit, because it happens. Normal people, a lot of your fans go through shit, man. Like when you're in those spaces mentally, like what is some advice you could give to people to try to get through it, man? Because I know you've been in some dark places.
You know, talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just it's better to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them type of people that kind of like just keep shit bottled in, kind of, you know, compartmentalize and keep that shit like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shit, what's good, bro? You good? Like, yeah, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's better to just have you somebody that's you fuck with, whether it's like your girl or your you know, your mom, your uncle, one of your homeboys, or somebody that, you know,
You trust.
that you know that give a fuck about you unconditionally. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got love for you regardless of what you're going through. I'm gonna be here to support whatever decision, and you know, as long as it ain't like bad, you know, it's negative shit, but like I'm here for you. You got that, you know, we all got that one person that, you know, we always can count on to give us their ear, and I feel like, you know, talk to that person, hit that person up, and just talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt so much relief when I talked to somebody for some reason, and my whole life I was the total opposite. Like I bottle up, I don't talk. I just like, and then just like, you know, I'm
It festers.
good. It's like, that ain't good.
You start dealing with it in bad ways. You know what I'm saying?
So like now I have people, you know what I'm saying? I have people like that I could, you know, just like even today, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I was kind of like frustrated and shit about some shit that kind of fucked with me and took me out my zone. Like, you know what I mean? Out my good energy, my good space. And I'm like, fuck everything. I ain't doing benefit. I'm out there. I'm booked my flight. I'm going home. I ain't doing none of the interviews. None of that shit. It's over. Fuck that. You know, I just got into, you know, my old, so I just caught myself and I just like wrote me up one, and I called that person who I was just talking about that you gotta have. I called that person who's that for me, and just talked to them about like, yeah, man, shit got me mad as hell though, man. I'm tired of da. Like, nah, you need to do, you know what I'm saying? And you go from there. You don't have to just do what, you know, you make your own decision. At least you have someone that I'm just gonna give you what I think. Now you listen or you do it or whatever, that's on you. But I don't think you should do that.
Right.
That's not good. Like,
it's important to have that person.
Album, you doing all this and that. Like you setting yourself back. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's important. Yo, me and you are both degenerate sports gamblers. Sports gambling is so much fun.
Oh, man.
I love it, but I also hate it.
Business in the street like that.
Well, listen, I hate it, but I love it. You've posted some amazing tickets.
Yeah.
You've had some fucking hits, especially when you started. You were hitting some of those alternate lines where you were between 13 and 17, shit like that. You was on a run, but we don't see the losses.
Yeah.
I had a really bad year last year. Bounced back finally.
Yeah.
Take me through the worst time as a sports gambler you've been through. Like, just whether it was just because when you take a big loss, there is no feeling like that in the world. It sucks.
I ain't gonna lie. The only thing that's worse than if I like bet big and I lose is if, like, for example, recently this shit happened. I lost literally by like a half a point. Like,
that's the worst.
Won, like,
was it a parlay?
Yeah,
that's the worst.
It was like a 6-pick parlay, and everything. And I would have won like double-digit thousands of dollars. And fucking.
For me, it was Mike White from the fucking Jets.
It was that fucked me too.
Oh my God.
It was the Bucks. I had Giannis, player special. It was over 44 and a half. He had 44 in the third quarter. But
was that rebounds and points combined?
They was winning by 30, right. And they was winning by 30. So he didn't even play the whole fourth quarter. Just needed a half a fucking point.
Get a rebound, get something.
I was like, yo.
That's the worst.
Believe that.
You're like, yo, hopefully this team goes on a run and they got to put him back in. I've been there. I've been there.
I had the Bills go to the Super Bowl. I put a ticket in. $8,000 would have paid me $72,000. I did it in the beginning of the season,
and that was close. Because if y'all would have got through that game, no way the Bengals are surviving.
I don't think. Hey man, what? Bengals would look like kittens.
If someone had to give you, let's say you had to put you had to throw $10,000 down on a future for the NBA championship. Who's making the finals
right now?
Right now,
I'm gonna say I gotta give it to you, Kev. I gotta say Phoenix. I want to say Golden State, man, but they not. Yeah. I haven't seen finals yet, but you know them motherfuckers could get warm That's my mob.
I think Klay's not the same guy defensively anymore, which I think is a problem.
Right.
I think that's the problem. Is defensively Klay is not who he was 3 years ago. So who's going to guard Devin Booker and Chris Paul in the Western Conference Finals? It's not going to be Klay and Steph.
Wiggins.
No, they're going to throw Gary Payton in there.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, then you leave Mikal Bridges open in the corner, Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson.
Special. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. All right, what about the East? What about the East?
I gotta go Brooklyn.
So you like the trade?
I love the trade.
I think Brooklyn should fuck around and try to get the 7 seed or 8 seed, so they have more games Kyrie can play in the playoffs. Because if they got home court advantage, he can only play.
That's smart.
He can only play in 3 of the games if it's a 7-game series, because if they play at home, he can't play. You'd almost rather go play away the whole fucking playoffs so Kyrie can play.
Well, as long as we got old number 7, man, we all.
KD's a killer.
Yeah, we fine.
Did you see the draft with him and LeBron? The All-Star draft?
I didn't watch it.
Oh my God. Bro, LeBron purposely left Harden out there. This is the day of the trade.
Yeah.
Purposely no one took Harden, and Charles Barkley and Shaq are roasting the shit the whole time.
Oh, I gotta check.
And Katie's just sitting there with a straight face, annoyed as fuck. And it comes down to Rudy Gobert and James Harden. And Charles Barkley's like, let me guess, KD, you need some size right now.
I gotta check that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, listen, the album, man, go run that shit up. It's gonna be a big year for drum work. Gonna be a big year for you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Looking forward to everything you got going on, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have I know the weed shit. Are you still doing the weed shit?
Yeah, I'm still fucking with a little weed.
You still got the strain?
Yeah.
I mean, because now the New York shit's legal, so
yeah.
It's kind of
I got more in store for that. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit coming on for this next year
and the merch is always booming.
Yeah, merch is going crazy.
The merch is going. Do you have a special drop coming for the album?
Yes. Yep. I got some sneakers on the way. I got
sneakers.
Yeah, I got some Air Force Ones on the way.
So you just
some hoodies. I got some tees. I got shit going on, man.
Custom Air Forces?
Yeah, I got some shit going on.
Okay. Well, there it is, man. The machine.
Shit going on. The machine, baby.
How many times have we done this? We've done this a lot now.
Exactly, man. We family, so we're gonna
you already know.
More,
hey, I will say this. I was in Buffalo, and I actually got to go. We went to the east side of Buffalo, went to the street you grew up on.
Yeah, we was in the hub.
Your family's house. Across the street was where the house used to be that you used to trap out of, but it was an empty field, I think, now.
Yeah.
Man, I would just say this, man. The hospitality you showed me out there was amazing.
No question.
And I always say this, I've been to everywhere, right? Yeah. I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Florida, I've been everywhere. I've never seen somebody really run their city like y'all got Buffalo.
Yeah.
Wherever we went, we saw the hoodies, the hats, the chains, the billboards.
Right. Yeah. Nah,
like everywhere.
It's crazy.
Everywhere you look, it's you, Benny, or Gun in some capacity. And it's truly like a wild thing, man. And anybody who's never been to Buffalo, Yo, go check. Just go check. Go check. Go tap in.
Buffalo, man.
Just don't go to the New Era store thinking it's gonna be some heat because that shit was weak.
I think that shit closed down.
Thank God. We were so excited when we found out New Era started in Buffalo and our hotel was across the street from the store. We walked in that bitch like we about to come up on some heat.
Yeah, that shit was mid.
It was not it. Anyway, Conway the Machine. Boom.